Good morning. This is called Loved and Tormented by God. You can be your greatest gift in this life. By John Waddell. I did not ask to be born in 1953 by God. I was given the gift of life by my parents, James Redmond Waddell and Mary Elizabeth Waddell. Mother died before I was 3, but traveled around the world to pray for me before she passed away. Was I able to walk and talk because of her journey? I never felt cheated by God for having cerebral palsy. I always felt like that was the way God wanted me to be. Born. As a child, we were taught that life was a gift from God. At 7 or 8 years old in the Catholic Church, they started teaching us children at that age that we were born into sin, and God and Jesus Christ were the only ones that could save us. I thought that God created us because He loved us. And the next thing you know, you're told about Adam and Eve and eating a forbidden apple. And then because of that, we were cast out of heaven and into sin. I know this did not make God happy, but it was only over an apple. Life has always been a great gift for me. I have had 7 brothers and 2 sisters and great parents. My dad married Joy Murphy when I was about 4, and I never wanted any other mom. I would feel guilty about loving her so much until I resolved it later when I got older, because my mother's, Mary's, wishes came true that I was looked after and that I was loved. I never talked to anybody about it, but I think my dad understood it. Without Mother Mary, I would never have been. Maybe because of her bone cancer, I might have been born with cerebral palsy. I don't really care, and it doesn't matter because it made me who I am. I have always liked who I am, and I have always known that I was gay, and that God didn't make mistakes. I have seen 3 doctors the last week, and all 3 of them happened to be Christian. One of them I shared my thoughts lately about. I said, if God knows everything, does He have to think? And he answered no, and I agreed. Since we are human beings and not God, we do have to think daily about life and trying to figure out what it means to us. I also mentioned that the internet is crazy, and they agreed. They talked about a medical issue that they are aware of, and they go online often and try to find a diagnosis to see if they agree with their ideal of what this medical diagnosis should be, and they could never find any that agree with him or her. I also told them how I met a person online in their 70s and how he wanted to recruit me for Satan. I know to the atheists that God and Satan are just not real. They are like a dream in the Wizard of Oz. I told him being stuck at home for over a year, I found it interesting and could only go so far. But I was glad I did. This person stopped talking to me, and they were not from America, but they were like in their 70s, and they knew that I would not commit. And I had to be honest, because if you're dishonest with people like this, then it could maybe turn dangerous because nobody likes to be played or deceived in this life. And if you upset certain followers, then you could be asking for trouble. We both showed mutual respect to one another in our conversations. I have always been reflective, and sometimes my reflections make people nervous and uneasy. I have never meant to harm anybody. I often ask God, what do you want from me? I can be touched by people's voices on TV that sound like they have a heart and soul, but I can't see them, and that can torment my soul. That can torment my soul. Is that how blind people feel, God? I can feel my reflections make people uneasy, and I have been reflective and deep my whole life. Am I a gift to God? Well, I think we are all gifts to God in this world. But what makes us special in the eyes of God if He created us all? Are we all the same since God created us? And does He have really no favorites at all? Are we just to do what is expected of us? When my death comes, I wouldn't want people to be sad. I have astral projected years ago, and when I pass on, I want people to listen to music and enjoy life. I've tried to live up to my promise of that experience. If you're a Christian or atheist, the greatest gift can be believing in yourself for who you are. Society and people online may judge you, but they really do not matter in the end. Not everybody has a great life, and some people are more fortunate than others in this life. Our daily perceptions and attitudes can determine if we will be happy or sad today. Whoever you are, I hope you try to love and respect each other. You can be a Christian or an atheist as long as you show respect and kindness to one another. It's not up to me to judge or play God. Peace or love. Peace and love. Hope you enjoyed the video.